Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you are all good. So my last couple of videos have been about this camera, the Insta360 the Insta360 X3. So I did a review and I really like the camera. I think it's really awesome. Not perfect, but I think for a 360 camera, it's probably the best around. Now, you can tell from the title of this video, we're specifically going to be looking at one aspect of the camera, and that's whether it is waterproof, water resistant. Can you take it underwater? Can you use it, in the ocean, in a swimming pool, etc. So if we look at the specs of the camera, what is on, the website, etc., what's on the marketing, the X3 is waterproof to 10 meters. That's what the company says. This has been true for the past couple of cameras that they have released as well. The Insta360 X2 was also said to be waterproof to 10 meters without any use of a case or anything, just with the camera on its own. And that is true. I think most people found you could use it surfing, skiing, in a swimming pool, in the ocean, and it will be fine. However, let's not deny that there were some issues with the design of the X2, which meant that it was not reliably waterproof if you didn't take care to make sure everything was kind of sealed. In Facebook groups, on Instagram and stuff, some people would complain that they took their X2 underwater and it broke. And I think the reason behind that is that the camera features these doors here which open up to reveal the battery and the SD card slot. And when you put them back, sometimes they don't close properly. So you see, I pushed this in. I don't know if we can like focus in on. So I don't know if you can see here, but the door hasn't closed properly. I didn't apply a huge amount of pressure, but I just pushed in, and I guess some people may assume that the door is closed. And you really have to push in quite hard. If they're not fully closed, then water will be able to get into the camera and it will break. So that was a slight design flaw, which meant people did have to be super vigilant if you wanted to use the camera underwater. Now, the X3 has a slightly new and improved design. If we're just focusing again on the doors here, the latches that have the battery and the SD card slot, they are easier to open and close. Like, it just popped out right there and I can just push it in and it's closed. It does still require a little bit of pressure. The doors close a lot easier and a lot more reliably. So if I just open it slightly, so if you see here, this door isn't closed properly, and it will indicate that with this kind of yellow kind of thing here. Push really hard down on the battery and then just slide that closed so that it locks down and is fully watertight. Regardless of that, I have been using the camera underwater. I used it in the ocean. I went to Sicily, actually, which is a beautiful, beautiful island, Italian island, and I used it basically all day. I took a boat out to the sea and used it underwater. I was jumping from the boat, I was diving in, I was swimming underwater for about, 20, 30 seconds, maybe a minute at the most. Yeah, and the camera survived. I used it all day and it seemed to be fine. There was no issues at all. So for me, in that 1 day test, I know it's just 1 day, but it was literally, I guess, like 5 or 6 hours of being in water. The camera worked fine. I obviously just made sure that the doors were all closed and everything was really sealed tight. And that's without a case. However, the other issue with using the camera underwater, particularly in the 360 mode, is that you do get these stitching issues. The refraction from the lenses and the water just means that the stitching doesn't really work very well. You can go and reframe and kind of focus in on one bit that is in focus, but a lot of the video won't be in focus when you use the 360 mode. When you use the single lens mode, things come out a little bit clearer, but once again, it's not perfect. The water messes with the kind of just the way the lenses work, and things can look a bit blurry. It's also just quite difficult to film underwater in general. If you really wanted to film crystal clear, much better, especially in the 360 mode, with better stitching and just much clearer without this kind of blurriness, then you would need to get one of the accessories, the dive case, the waterproof case, which does allow you to kind of go underwater and get these crystal clear views, which are usually in the marketing for these cameras. Usually they have used the case. But just if you wanted to go kind of skiing or surfing, or in a swimming pool or something like that, then the camera should survive. Now, do not take this, guys, as a 100% guarantee, because I cannot give you that. I cannot be sure that the camera will survive underwater. for every single person who watches this, so please do not take me promising you that, but I'm just saying that I've used it underwater. I do think the camera design is better. I think it's more reliable than the last camera, which did have some issues. And I would also recommend, when I say waterproof and water resistant, that does not mean you take it into like a waterfall or in really rough seas. Anything with a lot of moving water is still gonna find its way into the camera. So when I used it, the sea was very still. In conditions like that, or in a swimming pool, I think the camera will be fine most of the time. Yeah, that's it, guys. I just saw some questions about that, and I know it's quite a big deal because this is an action camera and people want to use it in all sorts of environments. Definitely water resistant, waterproof, I would say, in most clear, calm conditions, but, you know, take it with a pinch of salt. Nothing is guaranteed in the world of cameras and technology when it comes to water. So that's it, guys. There will be more videos coming from the X3 soon. I will do some more tutorials about how to get the most out of all the new features. So subscribe if you're into that. But until next time, I will see you around. Bye.